Hey guys, Joana Gomez here, and welcome back to my show, Confessions of a Cooking Poser. Now, in today's episode, we will be talking about the history of tortillas. Now, would you like some corn tortillas or flour tortillas? Pretty sure we have at least heard of a tortilla, and if you don't know what a tortilla is, it is a type of brown, light, thin, circular flatbread which contains corn or flour wheat. There once was a legend about these tortillas where thousands of years ago, a rightful king was very hungry and he wanted something new. And one of his people from his kingdom made something and invented tortillas, which the king would non-stop eat them. When the Spaniards arrived in Central America in the 1500s, they discovered foods made by corn like cornbread, corn on the cob, corn meals. Later on, that cornmeal was developed into something called masa. So it was like a type of corn dough consistency, basically. So yeah, and in the next clips I'll show you the steps of how to make a tortilla. Alright, your first step is to get some maseca and take the amount of flour you want to predict how much of tortillas you're making. I made a pretty good stack, maybe about 40 to like 50 tortillas around there, and then you add some water and then you mix it around, and then you just like start putting your hands in there, getting it all good, making sure everything is not dry, and making sure it's at the right consistency. And once you got that done, you start to roll it up into a ball, or at least I try to, and then make sure to sit it there and go turn on the stove, because that's where you're going to heat it up and make the tortillas. And as you can see here, I'm rolling it up into a ball and portioning it out, and then I'm flattening it by clapping it, and then I'm going to put it on the plastic bag because therefore it won't get stuck to the presser. And then I press it down, and then I open it back up and turn it around and do the same thing. You might want to try and have like equal lengths to the sizes, and then it should be a circular shape. If not, it's okay, it still works. And that's how mine turned out. And then I easily take it out, and then I transfer it to the stove, and then put it on the comal on where I'm gonna put it, and then just wait until it is ready. And once it's ready, it should look dry, and then you flip it over, and then you just move it around, and then when it's time, you turn it over and wait, and then you'll see that the tortilla has a little belly or a bump, and it's gonna float. And I just kept doing the same thing over and over, and so as you can see, there are some tortillas that already have like a little bump. So yeah, that's how it should be. And yeah, here are some of the tortillas I made, and this is how they turned out. Now the question is, what can you put in a tortilla? I mean, sure, you could straight up eat it like that, but it's not as good. It's still tasty, but not as good. You could put like meat inside of it, as in like chicken, ground beef, pork, anything like that. You can also eat it along with some vegetables, some onions, some bell peppers, guacamole, mayonnaise and salt. That's not bad, it's pretty decent. And cilantro, and can't forget the side of limes. But basically, if you're using that, it's basically like making a taco. And no, I'm not talking about Taco Bell again. I'm talking about an actual soft taco. Ooh, and for breakfast, you can also put beans and eggs and sausages. It's still good. Honestly, it's really what you prefer to have with a tortilla. It just depends like what you like, what you don't like. You can also eat a tortilla as a side. What I mostly do is like roll it up and then take a bite, and then take some of my food and eat it like that. Hey, but no judgment here. You eat a tortilla however you want to eat, but don't make it weird. Here's some history facts. Around the mid-20th century, manufacturers invented a tortilla processor, which sounds kind of weird, but I'll explain it in a little bit. They were called wet grain grinders. They made the masa and shredded the corn. So basically, you know how like corn is like full on like little grains. Basically, you put it into this processor and then you move the little handle and then it shreds it for you. So it's more like not as big, but like it breaks it down into little pieces basically. And it's pretty cool because you know, it was kind of hard. I imagine it was kind of hard back then. I don't know, they probably used like some type of stick or something to beat it. I actually used to have one of those. It broke. Oh, and another thing, not a lot of people have this, but it's like a thing. I really don't know what it's called in English, so sorry. But basically, it's like a presser. And so once you have the tortilla all like ready to squish it down, you put it, like it opens up, right? And then you put it inside of it, and then you top the lid, and then you just like press down on it so it like evens out, like flats out, like spreads basically. And it's pretty cool because, you know, it's easy. It doesn't take a lot of your time. And then you just put it on the comal, the thing where you're gonna heat it up in. Now, masa is this thing where you make the fluffy, thin, circular tortilla, like I said earlier. That's what makes it, and due to putting it into hot conditions, or somewhere basically hot, it like inflates, and that's how our tortilla is made. So basically, well, we have masa now. It's in stores, Hispanic stores, maybe in like Walmart, maybe Kroger. But the point is, you could find that, and then you mix it with water, and then you just have to keep mixing it, and you have to get your hands into it and have this right consistency. And if it's too thick, then add more water, or if it's not too thick, then add more masa. Alright, thank you for watching Confessions of a Cooking Poser, and stay tuned for my next episode, and thank you for tuning in and learning about tortillas. Next episode, I'm sure it'll be great, and I'm sure you guys will love it. Thank you. Bye.